My leg.
My leg! My leg!
5, 4, 3, 2. How you feeling?
I'm feeling excellent. I'm on a great adventure with my
Yes, sir.
guy Ira.
Yes, sir.
What it do?
Yes, sir. I'm on the same adventure with you, my guy.
Hey.
It's such an honor and pleasure to have you alongside me
Likewise.
as we go on this podcast journey. I fumbled it.
It's so good, my man.
Let's start with our shout-outs. Shout-outs to War Clothing.
War.
Winners at risk.com. Go ahead, check out the website. Go ahead and get your new summer gear. Summer's almost over, but they still got crew necks and stuff too as the weather transitions. So yeah, Winners at Risk Clothing. Check
War.
them out.
Yes, sir.
Any personal shout-outs?
Try to give a shout out to God real quick. If you're born in 91, born in the 90s, shout out to you. Also, if I hand you a package of goodies, whether it's salty or sweet, and you take the choice of reaching in the bag
Yeah.
versus pouring it in the bag, it's not a shout out to you. Shout out to y'all who just poured it in
Pour
your
it,
hand.
yeah. The
just
pourers.
pour it in your
Yeah,
hand. Don't
for
put
sure.
the germs in the bag.
Got you. Shout outs to the followers, to the supporters. If you're watching this, shout out to you.
International.
For sure. If you've already followed, shout out to you.
Thank you.
If you're thinking about following, but you haven't quite made the decision yet,
Man, flip a coin.
yeah, flip a
Let
coin.
fate decide.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So I've had this somewhat controversial thought,
Okay.
and I didn't realize it until somebody else said it. So it's not an original thought of mine. So somebody said, there was a meme of this guy looking up something on a computer, and it said, J. Cole fans looking for that trash ass music. I'll try to find the meme and post it on a video. But I looked at it and I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. J. Cole's the greatest
They don't
of
want
this generation.
thought-provoking music.
But then I'm like, damn, J. Cole's music it's kind of boring. Now, hear me out. Go ahead.
I feel like, all right, tell me more about the boring part, because sometimes it is a little bit sad. Like when we listen to music, we want to escape our situation. I mean, as opposed to relating, but normally it's escaping, having fun,
I get
dancing.
that. That's me. And maybe that's the reason I feel that way. Because when I listen to music, I like to escape. So with J. Cole, we get it, man. You're woke. We get it. You're talking about real life issues and communities. I'm not even going to label it to black communities, but
Right.
to childhood stuff, young teens, family, drama, things. You talk about it. We get it. Personally, I already know it. I already know the world is a cold place. I know materialism isn't everything.
Cold world.
I get it. No, that's not any disrespect, because he's definitely one of the top 3. He is the top 3 in this generation. I've been listening since like 2010.
I already know who your top 3 is.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay. Guess after this segment. Guess.
After this
Yeah.
segment, okay.
But the point I'm trying to make is J. Cole's music for me is just a little too serious, too sad. It touches on too many serious things for my listening tastes. So that's not to take away from his actual rapping ability.
Oh, right, because he be going in with the metaphors and just the straight delivery, the aggressiveness.
The Climb Up was great. The one he just put out, I thought it was great. Wordplay, like you said, like it was great. It was there. Can't deny that. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go too far into it. Know what I
At the
mean?
same time, I'm not like a Little Pump fan or like.
Me neither. My thing is, I get it. Like, I might not be a fan of it, but I get it. At least I'll try to understand it.
The energy of it.
Yeah, and that's all it is. Like, because you got to look at the age too. He's only what, 20, 21?
Early 20s.
Yeah, we're grown compared to him. As soon as you hit 30, you're an old head. So I'm knocking on 30. So we don't relate anymore.
Yeah. So who should we look to have our fun records? Like, you know what I mean? Like for our age group.
So
Late 20s.
I think some of your artists grow with you, right? So for me, I'm gonna still listen to everything Wiz puts out.
Whizzle Man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna put out everything. I'm gonna listen to everything he puts out. So maybe who did we listen to when we were younger who was trying to keep us in that energy? I'm trying to remember your question. What was it?
Oh shit. So as far as someone in our age group who would deliver like fun party music.
Right.
You say like Travis Scott and like
yeah. Oh, here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right, so great. One thing that I've noticed is what makes one music label great or artist great is their ability to duplicate what they do. So what Travis Scott has going on right now, he has Don Toliver signed under him.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's kind of how we transition. Like as our favorite turn up artists,
pass the torch.
You know what I mean? That's how we keep up. But then you get to a point to where you don't want to keep up anymore. You just stick to what you like.
Different days, different moods. Sometimes it's chill hops, pure instrumentals. Excuse me. Other than that, man, I like that.
Yeah, for sure. I need to get into listening to more instrumental things just so I don't have thoughts and ideas being constantly
forced into your head.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel you, man.
You know what I mean?
Some of these seeds, they really take flight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, hey, that stuff, music really does influence you, if whether or not you want to admit it. In certain ways, it does influence you. Like it changes your way of thinking.
Yes, sir. What's the last thing you played in your car, man?
Don Toliver, AMG. So when I got in the car, I turned on Takeoff, The Last Rocket, my favorite Migo. I was listening to him, and then as I got closer here, I was like, "Nah, I'm feeling Don Toliver right now." I had to put on that AMG.
I feel you, man.
That's my favorite song right now.
Speaking of cars, does your car have a transmission dipstick? Like a dipstick where you can check.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. This is just a public service announcement. So the transmission fluid inside of the transmission lasts for 60,000 miles.
Okay.
Before you have to change it. So if you're in the 100,000 miles, your fluid may be breaking down, and what that means is the fluid is not extracting the heat from the gears. So when that happens, the gears rub together. It causes like little shrapnel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sludge and corrosion. Just overall, it's not taking care of the gears inside of the transmission. So what I did with my vehicle, I didn't change my fluid, and I paid the cost of the real maintenance.
Okay, so
yeah, I had to get my transmission switched out, which is a $4,000 process, opposed to getting the fluid switched out, which is like $150, $200.
So just do that. Just stay on top of that.
Yeah, maintain your vehicle, man. It's
PSA. What about your favorite type of cars? Like, what's on your list right now? Favorite cars?
Okay, so I have an SUV. I have like a town car. I also have a motorcycle, so I'll start with the SUV.
Yep.
That's going to be the Jaguar F-Pace.
Yep. We just looked that up. That's a sick looking truck.
I just like how smooth it is. It's aggressive. Yeah, it'll see you on the road too. It'll meet that specification to get there. My next vehicle, the Lexus Ct200h. This vehicle is a hybrid as well as gas.
Okay.
But it's a hatchback, so it's kind of like, compact. I love those compact cars. I used to have the Volkswagen Rabbit. That used to be my fucking car, man. But RIP to that car.
Got you.
Anyway, moving on to the motorcycle.
Got you.
The Honda Grom. It's like a little mini motorbike. It's not a full size, like intimidating ass bike. It's like a little, I'm finna hop
something
on
chill.
This,
Yeah.
myself out of here.
I figured it out. You ain't trying to stun or nothing. You just trying to put it together, learn everything. I recently just started looking into motorcycles. I can't remember what I was watching. And then I just thought, that's actually cool, Like you could just hop on it. It's more of a thrill and excitement.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I'm like, I get it more now. If you asked me a year ago, I'd be like, I'm cool.
Like, fuck that shit.
Like, I get it, but I'm cool. But now I'm more interested in it. And I looked them up.
Together.
Yeah?
Yeah, at Solano Mall, there's a big-ass parking lot, and they have lessons in the fucking parking lot, like every Saturday morning type
and
shit.
bikes to use for it.
Yeah, bro, they're all the same bike. They give you the helmets. They teach you how to ride. So let's pop up on them
for sure. And then can't you get your accreditation or your license from there too? I don't know. We figure it out.
I can't.
I don't know. We figure it out. It's all good.
Shit, we'll get there.
All right, so there's a group of friends. Like I think I have a couple different group of friends for like different occasions. And one of my group of friends, there's 3 of us, small intimate group.
Okay.
And every friend contributes something to the friendship, right? Okay. And I was just thinking today, I'm like, you know what? That's pretty cool because I have a certain type of humor. This guy has this type of humor. And then this guy, we all compliment each other. So then it was like, it made me think of the different types. So I actually looked these up.
Okay, break that down for us. Don't know.
So there is more, but we limited the list to like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So the first type of sense of humor is physical, right? That is obviously the goofy people. When I think of that is Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey, Carrot Top.
Yep. Just doing wild, goofy shit, falling over themselves. So that's the basic shit. That's when you're like a kid in elementary school. You need to cut that in middle school. Don't know how adults are getting paid for that. Just my opinion.
It's all good.
Then there's self-deprecating.
Okay.
So self-deprecating sense of humor is dark. I don't want to go too far into it because the title of it should be efficient enough to tell you what type of humor it is.
Yeah, it's when you shit on yourself. Like, for example,
basically,
this one guy was losing his hair at the top of his head. So he tattooed a man mowing a lawn right at the top with a lawnmower. And it was just like, okay.
Oh, that's clever.
That's clever. And like, I respect it. Like,
yeah, you have to, because he was so bold the way he did it. Like, okay, I accept my fate, but let me put a spin on it. Like, right. And that's good self-deprecating humor. Mm-hmm. So deprecating humor, like you said, was when you shit on yourself.
And that's another form of acceptance. Like if you don't want someone to touch on a certain topic, that's like you haven't accepted that yet type shit. And
you ease the tension. You don't take yourself too serious. Mm-hmm. So that was self-deprecating. So the next one is mine. And I do think it's possible to have multiple types. Personally, I'm just working on my sense of humor and trying to get that before I try to dibble and dabble. But this one is mine. So this one is dry humor.
Okay.
So this one is
about this one.
Yeah, this one is the
Tell me more about dry humor.
Oh, I got you. Let's do it. Hey. So the dry humor is more of the sarcastic, the witty, the quick-witted one, the one who always got the snapbacks. Mm-hmm. I'm not the snapback type. I'm more of the just sarcastic, dry type. And it gets to a point to where it's like, you don't know if I'm serious or not. And I have to work on that.
Okay.
Because when you meet new people, go ahead.
So my question is, all right, in a percentage-based bar, let's say, what percent of the conversation would be joke opposed to actual conversation? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I'm not diving in jokes, waiting for the joke. Right.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Right. So what I just wait for the opportunity. If I don't think it's funny, I'm gonna try not to say it. But some of them is just like, let me try this. Let me see that. And if it don't work, it don't work. I don't nail it 100%. Yeah. Which one is your type? Have you heard your type so far? I have a couple more.
Let's go with what the other ones you got. Maybe I can.
Yeah. So the next one after dry humor is puns. Dad jokes. So this is where you make a play on words. You got the stupid setup, and then you say the punchline. That's just so stupid. You kind of have to laugh at it.
Yeah, it's like corny. Get the laugh out the way.
Yeah. And this one is cool. Like because they're entertaining. Mm-hmm. We get it. People like to laugh. They're good to keep in your back pocket, but it doesn't necessarily make you more of a clever person, if that makes sense. It's just nice to have. Mm-hmm. The other one is observational comedy. So this is the one that stand-up comedians use. They pretty much take their view on realistic situations in the world and put a comedic spin on it. So I think that's the last one. You want me to go through them again before you pick yours?
So I'm definitely not physical.
Neither one of us.
Catch myself dancing around just for a laugh. Nope.
Slapping pies in your face.
No, I'm not wasting a pie.
Slipping on banana peels.
And then self-deprecating. I would say a small percentage of that, because some things that I have come to accept, and I let the jokes fly about.
For sure.
So that's one.
You're comfortable with it.
I'd go self-deprecate and just a little bit of dry.
Okay, I can see that one. I think we get along because of that, because we're on that same dry humor type of level. Mine is dry humor and observational. I'm becoming more observational. Like when I look at stand-up comedians now, I'm actually studying them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I'm studying what makes this joke funny. How is it that he said it that makes it funny? Was it tone? Was it speed? Was it pitch? Did he pause and emphasize certain words? But I'm starting to study it more. So that brings me to the next topic, where it's like, can you and how do you develop your sense of humor?
Because does it work just telling jokes to yourself?
I'm not sure that it does.
Because I don't know what.
How do you surprise yourself? Like, all right, listen to me. Have you heard this one? And yeah, so those are the different types of styles of humor. So I think I was getting to how you develop it, right? Personally, I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible. Personally, what I do to develop my sense of humor, whatever I find is funny, I'll study it. So my favorite shows, my favorite comedians, like I look at it and I'm like, boom, what makes this funny? And I think reading helps too, because you're still working on your mind. Anything you could do, any mental exercise is going to help that, I guess. But the way I do things, I pick everything apart and then I try to practice it. But yeah.
So you observe it, analyze it, and put into practice what works for you.
But that's what I was saying earlier too, is like, I know my strengths. I know I'm sarcastic. Like I'm not about to go out and start doing physical humor and dad jokes. Nah, I know my lane. So if I see somebody I like Dion Cole, I think my sense of humor is similar to his. So whatever he does, it's like, I get that. I'm going to try to incorporate that into what I do. So yeah.
Wait, have you seen Dane Cook in The Vicious Circle?
I can't get with Dane Cook. But yeah, go ahead.
Cook? Oh, man. When he's talking about that B&E, that breaking and entry.
Okay, go ahead.
He fucking did some physical comedy, had me on my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, send it to me, because
for sure.
I'm willing to be convinced, but generally speaking, that's not what I go towards.
Okay. Yep. And then the reversal of telling jokes. Some jokes are insensitive by nature, but if someone's dog just died, don't make dead dog jokes.
Yeah, it's not timing.
It's timing. It's like some shit's just not funny. Like, just choose wisely. That's all I gotta say.
Good. Now, every joke isn't going to be good. It's a risk, but have some common sense. Like, come on, tact. Let's be thoughtful, people. Damn. So just as a recap, we touched on J. Cole. We touched on cars. Like, I like the BMW. You like the Jaguar. You have a couple. Yep. And then the humor. I got the dry, sarcastic type.
We have the same.
Yeah, we got the same. Yep. Yeah. Anything else? I think we touched on everything.
Nah, man. I just want to thank everyone for listening, processing any information that we put out, and sending back the energy. We look forward to it, and we thank you.
Well said. I don't even want to try to top that. Go ahead and follow the Instagram page at The New Cool Syndicate, all one word. On Facebook, The New Cool Syndicate, all separate words. We are on YouTube at The New Cool Syndicate. We just lost the episode.
It's okay. Let it go.
It was such a rookie mistake. It was the full episode of the self-help one we just did last week. I lost it. I messed up, but I know what I did wrong, so I'll be better.
We learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, I'll be better. But yeah, we got a couple other full episodes up there, podcast teasers. Like, there's some video stuff up there for you to watch. Go ahead, check that out. And yeah, on that note, that's it, man. Yeah. This has been another episode of the New Cool Syndicate podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you for listening.